Hello everyone, and welcome back to Craterians here at the Gemini spawner, which I spruced up a little bit because the arch was just cobblestone. It looked horrific in anyone's videos, but it looks a lot better now with the stained glass, and you'll notice I have a new skin. Along with my raggedy old, just sort of hand-me-down from the spawner armor, I have my new Christmas skin on. So I've got my jumper on, I've got some nice little fluffy jeans or whatever you want to call them on, and I've got this specific hat. Because this is my winter hat, because it's basically got a built-in scarf. So it's nice, fuzzy, and comfy. Yeah. And you can't really see my hair much anymore. I still have the ponytail coming out the back, but you can't really see it much. But yeah, that's me all dressed up for Christmas, and over here at the witch farm itself, there has been a few developments. So, the first is that you can see here I've got these sort of lava dispensers, which are keyed to the same pulse that controls the water channels. So I now have, from a distance, a very clear and obvious view of what exactly is happening in either one, which is directly corresponding to what's happening inside. And I've also pulled this line out. Now you may want to know what I'm doing here. Well, if I was to go all the way downstairs, which would take ages, to the drops, to where everything is getting picked up, you would notice that there are some things in there that don't come from witches. There are pieces from slimes, there are pieces from zombies and skeletons and all sorts. That is because there is a bit of a problem, which is because this area, this sort of 8 by 8 by however many 8 or so area, is set purely for witch spawning. But the area outside isn't. So normal things will try and spawn outside of here, like the zombies and the skeletons and all sorts. Although now also including witches, which I don't think was a fantastic idea. We'll get into that more later. Now, I have all the half slabs and stuff over here, so we'll try and spawn here and fail. But the way that the spawning algorithm works is it spawns in packs. So, whereas the first one might fail, the next few will almost inevitably eventually end up inside of our witch farm. So basically we need to move as much of the wiring as possible way out here, about 7 blocks or so, which is roughly the range of the pack spawning. I'm only doing it on this bottom floor first, but that's our job for today, is to shift this wiring out. And that means that I have to then rebuild it once again. How many times have I done that already? Jeez. Okay, well, fortunately I do have an efficiency 4 pick to help me out here. And I just came back from the spawn area, the spawn city, to grab some more. To grab some more string, because I've pretty much emptied out the abandoned mineshaft complex, which is somewhere over there, I think. Underground. It's one of the most deadly places I've ever been. I didn't have many deaths whatsoever, and then I managed to gain quite a few in a single instance. And I do what to do here, because I can't lose those. Let's just start building this up then. Or I could just drop that. That works too, actually. I had a chest on me earlier, but apparently not anymore. Alright, let's just stick this back there for now. Oh, and of course there's that. Yeah, this is the problem. I'm going to lose all manner of things if I'm not careful here. Let's grab that. Okay. And you. Okay, so I'll lose some torches then, maybe. Oh, wait, no, just do that. Bingo, done, sorted. Right. And get rid of these half slabs as well. Okay. So yeah, the idea is that we pull this out, and then any block that it tries to select over here, it'll still fail, or it might even succeed. We don't need to care too much at that point, but it won't affect the wiring and whatnot for here. We won't get any random do not want drops around as well. And as is always the case, it's already setting. It always says that for some reason, I'm not sure why. Get rid of what to dump. I'll just come over here and do something. Let me stick the droppers down. Stick them there so I can grab these. Again, probably not going to need them, but we'll see. I have disabled this one. Previously I was just hitting the button I have over there, because occasionally there's still the issue that we have problems with the wrong mobs spawning in here, like spiders, for example, and slimes. Those cause issues with this, because they trigger the redstone too quickly for it to realise, hey, we haven't actually finished the cycle of the last time, so that causes it to stick, which is why I put those indicators there. So, alright, let's finish up linking these up. These have a range pretty huge, actually. I think it's something like the 40s in terms of blocks. But so these tripwires can go for quite a while. People were using them for like power line redstone a while back. Oh yes, I mentioned also that I don't like how the witches are spawning. Now the witches, for those who don't know, now spawn as part of the natural environment spawns, which means they'll appear just in like any biome at night. And I actually have a big problem with that. I don't like that. That's a bad idea as far as I'm concerned. Reason being that the witches have... I don't know if they have more health than you, but they certainly have quite a lot of health compared to most mobs. And what's more unique to the witches, they can heal themselves. No other mob has that ability. And then they're a ranged mobs, which means they're kind of annoying, and oop, there is a zombie over on that end. Oh well, we don't need to worry about him. We can also get rid of this bunch of pillaring here. But I'll leave this for now, next to the glass block. Yep, I am getting suffocated. Phew. I do actually have a respiration helmet in here, but that's why my inventory's full. I didn't put my armor back on. Silly me. Okay, fixed. And pick that up, and kill you. So yeah, perfect example. Over there, they're spawning normally. In here, they're supposed to only spawn witches, but occasionally the system sort of overrides that. Okay, so this wiring is perfectly fine. We can probably just have something over here. I'm not sure exactly how to get the wiring back over here without it spawning stuff on top of itself. I guess I'll have to figure that out in a bit. And either way, it'll at least be a lot lower chance. Okay, so we just have to rebuild things over here. Which means we need to get the droppers back. So we can put them back to back once again. Probably best if I do this backwards, actually, because I did this front to back the first time, and that lets me able to rebuild it after camera. Okay, so here's where the exit needs to be. Up, up. I'm way too tall. There we go. Okay. So 1, 2, Okay, so one of these for powering the initial pulse, and then a second one for powering the turn-off pulse. I have to remember this while I'm building this, so I'm probably going to mess this up. I'm calling it right now. Well, I can try and copy it from up here, can't I? Yay. This is why I'm only doing the one first. Okay, there we go. Yup. And a bit of dirt. So, yeah, the witches are really powerful as far as mobs go. I mean, that's sort of why they were hard to find and dangerous first, and that's why they have so many returns, and that's why they have so much experience for killing them. And that is way too far out. Get down. Thank you. But now they spawn everywhere, so they're kind of hard to escape in a lot of ways. And that then leads to the next problem of their potions. The witch doesn't really have any attacks of its own, but it throws potions at you. It throws instant harm potions, for example, and it throws poison potions and slowness potions. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't have, like, nausea and blindness potions, but I wouldn't be too surprised, honestly. Yes, I need to bring this out, because I had a problem before, which was that I think this area is in a different chunk to this area, so the indicators would the power line would travel back here and reset that, but not before like the pulse here would get missed, so it would reset the timer and stuff. So I had to pull the line directly from that sequence in order to ensure that it got where it needed to go when it needed to get there. Okay, so just sort of a very quickly, easy little... I'm rambling a lot, aren't I? Jeez. Stick to a topic, man. Right, well... Yeah, so they've got some of what are... sort of like the cave spiders. The cave spiders have poison as their main ability. They have a little bit of damage, and then they give you poison for however many seconds. And poison is a really powerful ability, because it reduces your foe potentially to half a heart, which makes them one-hit kills. And that's a huge issue for us. Why am I out of redstone? That's a bit strange. I shouldn't be out of redstone, I think. Well, I can go grab more later in a moment. Okay, so we've got our thing in there. Next thing we need is to connect this, and it's on the far side. Right. So that we can get the hoppers in. With shovel, with pickaxe. There we go. Fortunately, the majority of this area is now perfectly lit. He said, turning immediately away from the spider, because Geronimo's structures are hollow, so they have the same issue that we're having over here. Kind of a problem. And then you need a block, so that you're just firing aimlessly, and a comparator to turn you off. Perfect. And I need another one over here. This witch farm's gone for a lot of different iterations over the course of episodes. So yeah, poison is a powerful ability. Instant damage is a powerful ability, especially at range, because it's, for one thing, it's an area effect. Like a skeleton could be construed as being a ranged instant damage effect, except that a skeleton has pinpoint. It's not like it's not an area effect like the poison potion is. Or the instant damage potion is, rather. So that has substantially different mechanics. Oh, am I even... No, because it goes past there, of course, jeez. Right. But we do need a block there. That's why I'm... Oh, now I'm understanding my own redstone now. That's why there's nothing there, because that hits there. Okay, and pistons. Okay, so yeah, and then you've got things like slowness, which is also a unique thing to the witches, which makes it so that they are perfectly able to do all sorts of nasty things to you easier. They're full of so much mean, is basically what I'm getting at here. You really don't want to ever meet a witch. Especially not in the wild, where so far that I've seen they still only spawn individually, but you don't just want to run into them. Like they're sort of silverfish. If a silverfish is like a really bad thing for you, you don't go to a stronghold. That's just how you avoid the silverfish, basically. Well, these days they also spawn occasionally inside of a extreme hills biome, but that's a whole other story, really. Okay, I have a spare repeater. Why do I have a spare repeater? Do I need a repeater up here? No, I don't think I do. I'm still wondering where the extra piece of redstone went. I'm not sure what happened there. Very strange. Anyways, let's finish this part up. Using that and there. And that will then feed into whatever means we use to get back over there. I'm still not entirely certain. But first I need to go and grab some more redstone to finish that off. And have a little bit of food. I'm using mushrooms at the moment, because mushroom stew is kind of easy to come by, at least the ingredients are, when you're in a big, open, wide, like, swamp area, as we tend to be. Yeah, this is another iteration of the, just the witch farm design. I think I've said before already that I don't really want to use someone else's design, because I really enjoy making my own every now and then. Although that said, that is fairly standard design for Nether Portal, like gold farms, and over there I'm probably going to be building Tango Tech's iron trench to get the iron for making the hoppers that we need so badly every single day. Let's see, there we are. 1, 2, 3, should be enough. And I've actually run out of ender pearls. I usually hop over to our competitors at the Ender. And back in the end to grab some surplus ender pearls, but I haven't had the opportunity lately because I have to take this huge train ride and there isn't much to do. Back on the Tech-It map that I did with Dave and Gar and Andy and everyone, I made it like a thing with the Carpenter Station rail, but it left with a chest minecart and a work cart. Yep, there we go, there's a symptom of the problem. Causes a whole ton of noise, a whole ton of particles, and what's more, they almost immediately suffocate in there, so they split into more. I just increase the issue. And we can see if this is working rather easily. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so if I hop down here, perfect. Oh, well, that shouldn't be stuck up. Why is that stuck up? Because this isn't turning off, of course. So, another piece. There we go. And one of these is turned up. It's this one. Okay. So now if we drop down here, trigger the wires. Perfect. That one does trigger twice, but it doesn't go through the repeater. So it works perfectly well, and that is one level done. And I then need to figure out a way to keep this part from spawning mobs. Shouldn't be an issue. The main bulk of it is like this part where they can't spawn, period, but we need to get it over there. And again, not sure how to do that whilst staying 7 blocks away. I might try and use a piston relay of some kind. Which would mean I need a couple of pistons to push a bunch of blocks, and the range of pistons is like 15, but these are about 7 blocks out. And that would make it fairly straightforward. While I'm over here, let's grab rid of this area. Okay. So, if I've done this right, once I've connected this section up, we shouldn't have any more problems on this layer of stuff spawning where it shouldn't. But I don't know for certain, which is why I'm only doing it on the one for now. And let me just grab some more blocks, so I can go and put something over the top here. And there's still some cobblestone in here, and actually the majority of this inside flooring is straight from the original witch farm, way back in the day. But not to worry, I am slowly moving away from the from the cobble and whatnot. Slowly but surely. It looks perfectly fine to me. Like, I can get how it being everywhere would be terrible, and it certainly doesn't look fantastic in the standard texture pack that just about everyone here uses. But to me, it's like I started out in the Nether. The Nether is almost entirely made out of netherrack. Netherrack, soul sand, and the occasional bit of nether brick or gravel. And you walk in and you immediately see big homogeneous colours and you think, ugh, this is ugly, this is terrible. But if you use it right, if you make a nice mix, like even if that mix is still just like nether brick and soul sand and netherrack and stuff, it looks perfectly fine. But if you mix things up, like you can see over there, Geronimo's train station. He's using... I can't really zoom in because Optifine hasn't updated yet. He's using smooth like just regular smooth stone slabs to make an arrow shape, and he's got everything else is stone brick. The bulk of the building, as we can see as we approach it here, looks pretty bad because it's entirely stone brick. But at the back, it doesn't look so bad because you've got that breaking up. You've got it. What is that? A particle? Yeah, weird. Must be an arrow. So yeah, that looks pretty fine at the back. Just the rest of it looks bad because it's just entirely stone brick. No offense to Geronimo, I'm just using this as an example of how homogeneous colors and such cause issues in like graphics and building. And the reason I'm not moving around at all right now is because my mouse has decided to disconnect itself. I don't know why it does that. There's a break in the wire somewhere. But yeah, that's it for now. So I shall catch you all next time when I will have concluded whether or not the alterations to the ground floor of that witch farm have worked, and if I have found out that it does, then I'm going to apply to the top level. Anyways, I shall catch you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and or favorite, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to be notified of future updates. You can also check out the website where most other content is uploaded. That's all for now, catch you later.